Ever wonder why your engine feels sluggish or your check engine light keeps blinking? The truth is, these are red flags your car's trying to warn you about. From routine habits to accidental oversights, we'll show you 5 things you're doing that are silently ruining your engine. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look out for and how to protect your car. Did you know skipping even one oil change can lead to a domino effect of engine damage? It might seem harmless to push that appointment a little further down the road, but your engine doesn't see it the same way. Oil is the lifeblood of your car's engine. It's what keeps all those intricate moving parts lubricated and working in harmony. Without it, friction increases, heat builds up, and your engine starts to grind itself down from the inside out. Over time, even good quality oil begins to break down. Its additives, which clean, cool, and protect your engine, start to lose their effectiveness. What you're left with is sludge. Thick, sticky gunk that clogs oil passages and restricts flow. Picture your engine trying to run in a swamp of gelatinous quicksand, struggling with every rotation. This sludge doesn't just reduce lubrication. It can block vital areas like the oil pump or small channels in your cylinder head where oil is essential. Once those blockages form, parts of your engine are left dry and exposed to wear. That wear adds up fast, taking years off your engine's lifespan. The numbers don't lie. According to automotive industry data, oil neglect is one of the leading causes of early engine failure. Every year, thousands of engines need complete overhauls or replacements purely because of skipped or delayed oil changes. And the cost? On average, replacing an engine will set you back about $3,000 to $7,000, depending on the type of car you drive. That's a shocking price tag compared to the $50 you'd spend on a standard oil change. Let that sink in. $50 now or thousands later. It's a classic case of pay a little today or pay a lot tomorrow. The solution to avoiding this nightmare is surprisingly simple. Stick to your manufacturer's recommended oil change schedule, which typically falls between every 5,000 and 7,500 miles for modern vehicles. Some cars even have oil life monitors that notify you when it's time. Use high-quality oil and filters. This isn't the place to cut corners. Cheap oil or off-brand filters often lack the efficiency and protective qualities your engine needs. It's money well spent. And if remembering oil changes is the problem, technology has your back. Set reminders on your phone's calendar or download a vehicle maintenance app. Some apps track mileage and can even alert you when it's time for that crucial oil change. Many drivers also place a small sticker on their windshield with the next mileage target. It's a tried and true habit that doesn't rely on any gadgets. Ultimately, regular oil changes aren't just about your engine running smoother. They're your defense against expensive repair bills and prolonged engine life. And here's the kicker. This habit doesn't just pay off for you now. A well-maintained vehicle retains more resale value down the line, making it a win-win situation. But oil changes are just one piece of the puzzle. There's something else you might be doing every single morning that's quietly wearing down your engine every time you turn the key. Stay tuned. Number 2, revving the engine. When it's cold, think warming up your car by revving the engine is harmless? Think again. Mornings can be tough, especially on your engine, and what might feel like a harmless habit could actually be causing damage. When you start your car in cold weather, your engine oil isn't quite ready to work at full capacity. Cold temperatures cause the oil to thicken, and it needs a little time to circulate and reach all the critical areas of your engine. Until it does, parts like the piston rings, crankshaft bearings, and valve lifters don't get the lubrication they need, leaving them vulnerable to friction and wear. Now imagine revving the engine right after a cold start. That sudden spike in RPMs forces the engine to work harder before the oil has had a chance to fully circulate. The result? The metal parts rubbing against each other experience much higher levels of friction than they're designed to handle in those conditions. The extra friction and stress don't just cause minor scuff marks, it can lead to long-term damage, like worn piston rings or prematurely aged valve seals. Both of these are essential for maintaining compression and proper combustion, and when they start failing, performance, efficiency, and reliability take a big hit. Think of it this way. Revving a cold engine is like sprinting without stretching. At best, you'll feel some discomfort and stiffness. At worst, you'll tear a muscle. Your engine is no different. When it's cold, all its components are essentially tight and need a few minutes to loosen up and get comfortable. Pushing it too hard before it's ready is a sure way to invite wear and tear, and you might not notice the impact until years later when the damage demands expensive repairs. According to automotive experts, repeated revving during cold starts can also deteriorate your engine's lifespan significantly. Engines are designed to perform over a wide temperature range, but that initial cold start is a vulnerable phase. Combined with the stress of revving, it accelerates the breakdown of sensitive components. Over time, this means you could be facing premature engine failure, or at the very least, costly overhauls to keep things running smoothly. The good news, avoiding this issue is incredibly simple. The correct way to warm up your engine is by starting the car and letting it idle for about 1 to 2 minutes, just long enough for the oil to circulate and coat all the moving parts. After that, drive gently until the engine reaches its optimal operating temperature. No revving, no hard accelerations, just smooth driving. If you're in an area with extreme cold, consider investing in an engine block heater. These devices help preheat your engine and its oil so that it's already closer to optimal conditions when you start the car. Not only does this habit protect your engine, but it also helps improve fuel efficiency. A cold, stressed engine burns more fuel to perform the same tasks as a properly warmed one. So by thinking twice before you rev the engine on a cold morning, you're not just extending its lifespan, you're saving money at the pump too. Bad habits don't stop at the driveway. What if the fuel you're pumping into your car is quietly ruining critical engine components and costing you big in repairs? If this video is helping you dodge destructive engine mistakes, tap that like button and subscribe for more money-saving tips. Using cheap or wrong fuel? It may save cents now, but it can cost you thousands in engine damage down the road. Engines rely on specific fuel grades to operate efficiently, and when you stray from what's recommended, the consequences can be severe. Automakers design engines with precise tolerances, using fuel as part of the equation for power, performance, and longevity. Putting in the wrong fuel grade, or fuel with the wrong additives, throws that balance off entirely. A major issue today is ethanol-blended fuels, which dominate gas station options in many regions. Ethanol, while a cost-effective and renewable additive, isn't without problems, especially at higher concentrations. If your engine wasn't built to handle it, ethanol can wreak havoc inside. Over time, it corrodes metal components, damages fuel lines, and even deteriorates gaskets and seals. That sleek, polished engine you rely on turns into a battleground, where internal parts are steadily weakened from the inside out. Here's where it gets worse. Ethanol draws in water from the air, a chemical process made worse when fuel is stored improperly or sits unused for long periods. As water sneaks into the fuel system, it mixes with ethanol and creates conditions perfect for rust to form. Imagine tiny droplets of water infiltrating your engine, clinging to vital areas like fuel injectors, valves, and cylinders. Over time, rust and corrosion begin to degrade surfaces that are critical for efficient combustion. It doesn't stop there either. Ethanol also has a knack for dissolving certain polymers. Rubber and plastic fuel system parts, like hoses and fittings, can degrade as they absorb ethanol, leading to cracks or leaks that put your entire system at risk. The numbers tell part of this story. Ethanol gasoline formulas commonly range from 10% to 15%, but experts suggest these levels might increase in the future. And while modern engines are engineered to handle some ethanol, older models and fuel systems, not specifically designed for it, are far more vulnerable. Even for newer cars, the risk increases with frequent use of low-quality or improperly blended fuels. What may seem minor now, a little water buildup or a slightly corroded injector, can snowball into full-on engine repairs or replacements costing thousands. So what's the simplest way to protect your engine and avoid this nightmare? First, always follow your car manufacturer's fuel grade recommendations. This information is typically found in your owner's manual, and sticking to it ensures your engine gets what it was designed for. Second, consider using a high-quality fuel system treatment. Products like Rislon's Complete Gasoline Treatment, which you only need every 5,000 miles, help prevent ethanol-related issues. These treatments clean the fuel system, reduce moisture accumulation, and restore performance. Also, stick with reputable, high-quality fuel brands. Cheaper gas often has fewer quality control standards, increasing the chances of harmful additives or contaminants finding their way into your tank. Spending a little more per gallon pays off when it comes to your engine's health and longevity. A fuel choice seems simple, but making the right one shields your engine from costly repairs and keeps it running efficiently. Speaking of hidden dangers, have you ever ignored your check engine light? That small warning could be the start of a much bigger problem. Dismissing the check engine light, thinking it's probably nothing, could be the most costly mistake you make. The check engine light isn't there to annoy you. It's your car's way of waving a red flag that something, big or small, is wrong. It acts as an early warning system, pointing out issues that need attention before they snowball into catastrophic damage. From emission problems to failing ignition systems, the light is your first clue that all isn't running as smoothly as it seems. Ignoring the warning can quickly turn a minor issue into a major repair nightmare. Take emission system problems, for example. If something like a faulty oxygen sensor triggers the light, you might not notice any immediate effects. But leave it unchecked, and that faulty sensor can throw off your fuel-air mixture, make your car run rich, and even lead to damage in your catalytic converter. A sensor replacement might cost a couple $100, but replacing the catalytic converter? That's possibly over $1,500. And it all started with a light you decided to overlook. There are countless stories of drivers brushing off the light, only to regret it later. One driver reported ignoring a persistent check engine warning, thinking it was a minor issue with the gas cap. Weeks later, their engine misfired, leading to extensive damage in the ignition coils and spark plugs, issues that snowballed into damaged pistons. Repairs totaled over $3,000, a steep price to pay when a simple diagnostic test early on could have resolved it for less than a fraction of that cost. Ignoring the light is like ignoring chest pains. It might be something small, sure, but what if it's life-threatening? That gamble could cost you dearly. Research supports this, showing that many serious engine failures begin with small, unchecked problems flagged by the check engine light. A study in vehicle diagnostics reveals that ignition-related issues, including misfires, are some of the most common reasons for severe engine damage. These often start as minor problems, like worn spark plugs or faulty ignition coils, easily detected through simple diagnostic scans. But when ignored, they progressively wear down internal components, sending repair costs skyrocketing. So, how do you handle that check engine light before hitting the panic button? The sensible first step is to have a trusted mechanic perform a diagnostic test. They'll use specialized equipment to pull diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, from your car's onboard computer system. These codes reveal exactly what triggered the warning, whether it's an emissions issue, a misfire, or even a loose gas cap. Knowing the root cause adds clarity and prevents unnecessary repairs. For the DIY-minded, investing in an affordable OBD2 scanner can save you time and stress. These handy devices let you read the same diagnostic codes that a mechanic would, offering an idea of the problem's severity. When the light comes on, you can immediately check the code, research its meaning, and decide whether it's urgent or can wait. Addressing these issues promptly not only saves you money, but also helps maintain your car's overall health. Catching small problems early keeps your engine running efficiently for longer and avoids further damage. Letting them linger? That's a risk you can't afford to take. But the check engine light isn't the only warning sign you need to worry about. One habit could lead to a meltdown, literally. Stay tuned. Nothing screams engine destruction like watching your temperature gauge creep into the red zone. Letting your engine overheat isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's one of the quickest ways to cause catastrophic damage. Your engine relies on its cooling system to maintain safe operating temperatures. And when that system fails, the damage can spiral out of control in seconds. Think about it. Your cooling system is constantly working behind the scenes, circulating coolant to pull heat away from the engine and maintain stability. The moment it can't do its job, things start to overheat, literally. When your engine overheats, the first noticeable sign is often boiling coolant. This happens because the engine's heat builds up so fast that the coolant can no longer maintain its stability. The next step, the metal components inside your engine begin expanding due to the excessive heat. This can warp cylinder heads and, in extreme cases, lead to cracks in the engine block. A warped cylinder head alone is a nightmare. It breaks the seal between the engine block and cylinder, causing compression loss, leaks, and devastating mechanical failure. And if the heat keeps rising unchecked, you're eventually looking at a complete engine seizure where all moving parts lock up and the engine is rendered useless. Replacing or repairing these components can cost thousands, often more than the vehicle is worth. Now picture an overheated engine like a pressure cooker that's about to explode. All that built-up pressure inside has nowhere to escape, straining every part of the engine until something inevitably gives. Whether it's a burst coolant hose, a blown head gasket, or even internal metal cracking, the damage is widespread and often irreversible. Total engine failure from overheating impacts nearly every major component inside, from pistons to rods, gaskets, and even spark plugs. Once an overheated engine hits this point, you're not just dealing with one repair. You're essentially rebuilding the core of your vehicle. So what's the #1 way to prevent overheating and protect your engine? It all starts with proactive maintenance. Checking your coolant levels regularly is a small step that can make a massive difference. Coolant levels should stay full and clean. Any sign of debris, discoloration, or low fluid levels is a sign your system needs attention. Flushing the cooling system every 30,000 miles or following your car manufacturer's guidelines prevents buildup of contaminants that can block the system. Neglecting this step can allow rust, debris, and old coolant to clog the radiator and hoses, cutting off the flow your engine depends on. If your temperature gauge starts creeping toward red, don't push it. Pull over, turn off the engine, and let it cool down before even attempting to check fluids. Opening the cap of a hot radiator can cause serious burns due to the pressurized steam. Once the engine has cooled, you can carefully check fluid levels and look for leaks. This simple act can help you avoid escalation and save you from complete engine failure. The real key: never ignore early warning signs like hot running temperatures, visible coolant leaks under your car, or a sticky sweet smell around the engine. Proactive care and attention to your cooling system ensure that you're never one step away from a meltdown. That's your final engine sabotaging mistake. But if you avoid all 5, you're giving your car years of reliable service. Ready to wrap it up and take action? Engines are engineered for endurance, but they're not invincible. These 5 habits are silent saboteurs of engine life, and they all start small. Here's what this means for you. Fix just one today, whether it's changing oil on schedule or acting on a dashboard warning, and you could save thousands later. That proactive choice pays off now and long into your car's lifespan. Finally, as Christian Brothers Automotive encourages with their nice difference philosophy, love your neighbor as yourself. Doing the right thing for your car is like taking care of yourself and others. If this video helped you spot engine-destroying habits, tap that like button and subscribe for more car-saving tips. Plus, you'll also be first to catch our next video: 7 car noises that mean you're about to lose thousands.